The problem isn't too many architects. A recent architectural headline suggested that the only way to improve the fortunes of architects is to reduce the number of people entering the profession. After more than 50 years in architecture as a private practitioner, corporate chief architect, entrepreneur, educator, and architect for the federal government, I believe that conclusion mistakes the symptom for the disease. The profession does face a serious economic challenge. Many architects work long hours for compensation that compares poorly with other professions requiring similar education and responsibility. Young graduates often leave school carrying substantial debt while entering a profession that struggles to provide a clear path to financial success. Those realities deserve an honest discussion. But limiting the number of architects is not the answer. The more fundamental issue is that architectural practice has changed dramatically over the past several decades. Increasing specialization, growing liability, complex procurement methods, and the concentration of major commissions among a relatively small number of firms have altered the economics of practice. In my recent research, I examined hundreds of major building projects undertaken by institutions such as the Ohio State University, the University of Texas System, and the University of California. While billions of dollars were invested in construction, a relatively small number of firms received a disproportionate share of the architectural commissions. This concentration is not necessarily the result of superior design. It is often the predictable consequence of procurement systems that reward previous experience on increasingly larger projects. Success leads to more success. Firms that have completed major commissions are more likely to win the next one, while talented smaller firms find it increasingly difficult to compete. The result is a profession that offers fewer opportunities for ownership, fewer opportunities for entrepreneurship, and fewer opportunities for architects to build long-term equity in their practices. At the same time, many schools of architecture continue preparing students for a professional landscape that no longer exists. Students receive outstanding design educations but comparatively little preparation in entrepreneurship, finance, risk management, marketing, leadership, or the business of creating and sustaining successful firms. That disconnect deserves far more attention than the number of students entering architecture programs. The question should not be, how do we admit fewer architects? The better question is, how do we create a profession in which architects can thrive? That means examining procurement policies, encouraging entrepreneurship, teaching business alongside design, reducing unnecessary barriers to practice, and creating opportunities for smaller firms to compete successfully for meaningful work. Architecture has never suffered from an excess of talent. It suffers from a business model that increasingly concentrates opportunity while making it harder for the next generation to build rewarding careers. Rather than closing the door to future architects, we should be opening new doors for them to succeed.